ain't really a selfish type of person, but I ain't being self-centered enough. But I want to know, like, I was a fighter there, just for y'all that don't know. I trained here too. I went, like, can you speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, Ed was coming up. Ed had a hard left hook that he used to try to work on the land, and a pretty good jab. If he stayed focused and started, I think he would have been a great fighter. That's my.
I think so too.
I think he you know, you gotta know what you love, and I'm not mad at him. He loves football, so as long as he's doing something positive, which I'm proud of him. You know, I want him to do what he because he's gonna excel at what he wants to do, what he loves to do.
Yeah, basically he's trying to tell y'all how to have a lot of y'all right. Like, y'all wasn't the one to come in the gym. I'd tear y'all up there for real.
It was good.
But alright, yeah, that's that. But now I want to ask, like, this is all boxing related, right? But now I did a little research, but like I know you too a little bit. Like I know you're a mentor now. Like it's bigger than boxing. You got your own gym. You training kids around the city. You really got a name. Like you big in your city. So I want to like acknowledge that. How that feels like. How did that come about actually?
Well, I mean, me being in this position, I could change my own life around, like we spoke about earlier, and working in the courts. When our great mayor, Raz Baraka, thank God for him, became the mayor, he came to the courts and pulled me to the side and said, I need you. I said, okay, for what? He said, listen, I'm about to put boxing in recreation. Mind you, the first mayor that I know to put boxing in recreation for the city, because the boxing was always done by PAL. And opened up 3 boxing gyms for us in the city. He said, I want you to run boxing in the city. You're the guy that I know that knows boxing, you're the guy I trust. You with it. So that's basically how I came about for this position. As far as, my name or whatever, I mean, it may have something to do with boxing, which is what I love, of course it has to, but just being a genuine person, the best that I can be. A lot of times boxing go way past teaching kids boxing. With this job, because of what goes on with our youth, you have to kind of sort of be social worker as well. You know what I'm saying? Because kids have problems, people are going through things. You got a kid who lives on Avon, he can't come in this hood or this part of town because he'll get problems, so you have to try to work through those kind of things too.
Yeah, so would you say speaking on that type of situation, would you say you make it easier for kids? Do you help make a better situation out of things like that for kids sometimes?
If I can, if it's something I can deal with. So I mean, usually in this area, I don't, like you said, I'm known. So some of the guys will know, that's Coach Nasir's got coming to box. I don't know what's going on. I don't deal with the nonsense. I don't deal with the nonsense, and I don't allow the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that kid is coming here, while he's inside this gym, we not doing the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? We're not bringing nonsense in here. Right. You know what I'm saying? We deal with boxing. That's what we do.
That's what it is.
All the BS, leave the guns outside. Come pick up the gloves. Let's handle that right? Because I can give a 5-year-old to pull the trigger. That don't mean he ain't mad.
Right.
But
I just spoke about that the other day with my father.
Yeah, because I got some 7-year-olds and 7 to 8-year-olds, right? 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds that'll pick up them gloves and climb that ring quicker than a 17 to a 24-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody men and stuff like that.
Exactly. So that's where it's at as far as dealing with the youth here around here and showing them you can do anything anybody else can do. It's just do you have the discipline and the mindset to keep on forward, even when the roadblocks and the monkey wrenches that's thrown in your way? Are you going to find a way to get around it, find a way to go through it, find a way to deal with it? Because we all have problems, But sometimes when you're an individual, you feel like you don't know what that problem. And I realize that everybody's looking at it.
Bigger than you sometimes.
Exactly.
Well, alright, so that's big. That's good. I ain't even on that level yet, but I like how it's a lot of leadership, a lot of mentorship, a lot of that around it. That's kind of part of the reason I like coming here. Feel me? Because then it do feel like home. Like if you here, you ain't gonna you don't gotta worry about what's outside. First of all, the gym all the way in the back. We in here getting right. Yeah. So if you wanna come in here on that type of stuff, you feel me? Come down like knowing your story, it takes a lot for that. Like you came from the streets, and then you teaching people, some people that's in the streets now they want to box, and it's like oh I seen this before. Like we probably had a couple heartfelt moments like boxing, teaching boxing.
Oh yeah.
Like how long? I want to ask you, how long has this gym been open? Like since you've been running?
Since 2016.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a really good one. But we're gonna end on the good one, right? I wanna ask you if it's okay with you if you feel like spitting juice to people like shit about boxing, like being a man and everything.
Well, you know, first and foremost, you know what I'm saying, everything is done. I'm a practicing Muslim. You know, nothing is done without the permission of Allah, is what I believe. And your plans for your life is already written. It's just up to you to really walk through those doors or follow the right path. And you have a left side of the road to walk down, or the right side of the road to walk down. These are the choices that God gave you. You know what I'm saying? And depending on the side of the road you determine to walk down, it's going to determine how your life is going to go. You know what I'm saying? I always believe in it is better to give than to receive, because you got to have the understanding that if you giving, no matter how little it is that you have to give, right? At least you have something to give. You understand what I'm saying? And when you give, it actually brings you more. Whatever you give is a certain called the power of return. You know what I'm saying? And the power of return, it serves, you know what I'm saying, karma. Karma's not good or bad. It's what you put out. You put something out good, it's going to come back to you. No matter how
Why y'all ain't know that?
yeah, well, whatever you put out, it's going to come back to you. If you put out bad, it's got to come back to you too. You know what I'm saying? No matter how long it seems like it's taking to come back to you, one way or the other, it's going to come back to you. You know what I'm saying? So what I try to practice is putting out a lot of good. I get a lot of parents who come in and try to give me money. I'm like, good. Man pays me already. I'm good. No, I don't need this. I don't need that. It's not what I'm going for. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't pay me for that feeling I get seeing your son in the ring when I put time in on having a belt put around his waist. There's no payment for that. I can't, you know, that feeling that I get knowing that here's another guy I hope achieve his goal, become a champion, keep him off the street. There's no payment for that. Right? You can't pay me for that. It's not, you know, the money's good. I can go get some lunch. I can go get a nice steak or a lobster dinner. That's cool. But that feeling, it don't just fill my belly. It fills my soul. And that don't need it.
So it's deeper than boxing.
Absolutely.
Alright, so that was Coach Nasir, you know, one of the best to ever do it. We appreciate having you on the show.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me. I appreciate you being here.